Get Switzerland has a unique EU relationship. A 1992 referendum on becoming part of the EEA, which allows membership of the single market, saw Swiss voters narrowly reject the idea by just 0.6%. Since then, the country has negotiated bilateral treaties with the bloc, allowing it to still be part of the Schengen area. A unique relationship on the continent, some see as a model for a softer Brexit. And Swiss economist Franz Jäger said it was the correct decision, as there were still huge problems with the bloc while the nation had been able to follow its own path. He said, with the EEA a fatal development would have started that would have undermined our federalism and destroyed subsidiarity, the responsibility of local and cantonal governments for as many areas as possible. The note of the EEA of 1992 was a shock and led Switzerland into a vale of tears at first, but this has allowed for reforms such as the last successful age reform, direct payments for agriculture, competition law, free trade agreements, or some minor reforms in the single market that was not possible before. And he told website Basler Zeitung that freedom of movement was a huge error, because it encouraged immigration into a welfare state. He said, it is undisputed in economic research that free trade of capital, goods, ideas and services is enough to increase prosperity for all. In order for ideas to be exchanged, we do not need the absolute freedom of movement that the EU demands of us. A selective migration policy that allows people with good ideas to settle in another country is enough. Nobody has anything against such immigration. Franz Jäger made the warning. However, anyone who defends the full freedom of movement for all, regardless of their abilities, mostly supports the immigration of the poorly qualified into the welfare state. But that does not help anyone. He also claimed Switzerland would now vote for a Brexit-style option if it was offered a referendum, because Europe has taken a wrong turn, and its goal of a superstate will fail. Asked if free movement led to Brexit, he said, of course. And in many other countries there would be similar results if people were allowed to vote on it. The welfare state reaches its limits because of the free movement of persons. Those who want to preserve the welfare state and its high standard should actually limit immigration to qualified people. Getty Doris Leuthard with Jean-Claude Juncker. The EU has taken a wrong turn. Look, there is still room for further centralization and aim for a political union, but then it needs a transfer policy, a tax union and coordination of all other policies that might even work economically, but this model will fail, simply because there is no will to do so. Today the EU is between a rock and a hard place. People like French President Emmanuel Macron or Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker want to promote political union in Germany and Eastern Europe. However, there is no agreement. The EU does not know in which direction it wants to go. It comes as outgoing Swiss President Doris Leuthard said the country needed another referendum to clarify the nation's relationship with the EU. Additional reporting by Monica Pallenberg.